Have you ever wondered if someone in your life is a narcissist? Today, we delve into the world of narcissism, a realm of self-absorption and grandiosity that can significantly impact relationships. Narcissism, in essence, is an intense focus on oneself, a heightened sense of self-importance that often masks a fragile self-esteem vulnerable to the slightest criticism. It's a complex and multifaceted trait, one that manifests in various behaviors, some more subtle than others. Throughout our exploration, we'll shine a light on 10 telltale symptoms of narcissistic behavior. These symptoms range from grandiosity and exaggeration to a pervasive lack of empathy. Each symptom offers a unique lens through which to view and understand the narcissist's world. Navigating this world can be challenging, but knowledge is power. By recognizing these symptoms, you may be better equipped to understand and interact with the narcissists in your life. Understanding these symptoms could help you identify a narcissist in your life. The first symptom of narcissistic behavior is grandiosity and exaggeration. This is typically characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, where narcissists often view themselves as superior to others. They have a tendency to exaggerate their achievements, their talents, their capabilities, and they like to present an image of themselves that is often far from reality. They may tell stories about their extraordinary accomplishments, even when these are mostly figments of their imagination. They may claim to have unique skills or talents that they don't actually possess. It's all about image for them, about creating a persona that is impressive, awe-inspiring, and above all, enviable. But beneath this grandiose facade, there often lies a fragile self-esteem. They exaggerate to cover up their deep-seated insecurities and fears. They use grandiosity as a shield, a protective layer to hide their vulnerabilities. This grandiosity and exaggeration often serve as a mask to cover their insecurities. The second symptom is living in a fantasy world. Narcissists often find themselves the architects of grand castles in the air. Castles that are built brick by brick with fantasies of their own power, beauty, and brilliance. This imagined world, however, isn't merely an occasional daydream or a harmless flight of fancy. For narcissists, it's an alternate reality where they reign supreme, unchallenged in their greatness. Their fabricated narratives of grandeur can be so intricately woven that they themselves start to believe them, blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. This illusionary world is their fortress, their sanctuary, where every mirror reflects a distorted image of their magnificence, and every echo amplifies their self-perceived superiority. The danger lies in the disconnect. The chasm between their illusion and the real world grows, leaving them stranded on an island of their own making, oblivious to the waves of reality crashing against their shores. This fantasy world often disconnects them from reality. The third symptom is the need for constant praise. Narcissists, you see, are like balloons full of self-esteem, inflated to the brink of bursting, but they are constantly leaking this self-esteem, requiring a regular influx of praise and admiration to stay afloat. They crave acknowledgement for their perceived superiority, and they seek it in every interaction. From the grandest achievements to the most mundane tasks, they expect applause, compliments, and recognition. They thrive on this praise, using it to fortify their inflated self-image. It's akin to a fuel that keeps their engine of grandiosity running. Absence of it, well, that's akin to a flat tire for them, leading to feelings of emptiness, insignificance, and sometimes even rage. They are driven to seek out individuals who readily provide this admiration, this validation, these ego feeders, if you will. It's a relentless pursuit, an unending cycle. This constant need for praise often leads them to seek out people who will feed their ego. The fourth symptom is a sense of entitlement. A sense of entitlement is a fundamental part of narcissism. This isn't just about being self-centered or wanting to be the center of attention. It's a deeply ingrained belief that the world owes them simply because of who they are. Narcissists often expect special treatment. They believe they deserve the best, whether it's the best table at a restaurant, the best medical care, or the most respect. They don't see this as out of the ordinary. It's just how they think the world should work. But it's not just about material things. Narcissists feel entitled to people's time, attention, admiration, and even their emotional energy. They often demand more than their fair share, and they do so without remorse. This sense of entitlement can lead to conflicts. When others refuse to cater to their demands or challenge their self-perceived superiority, narcissists can become angry or upset. They see it as a personal attack, a challenge to their rightful place in the world. This sense of entitlement often leads to conflicts with others. The fifth symptom is exploitative behavior. Now, this is prevalent among narcissists and can be a painful experience. Narcissists are notorious for using people around them as mere tools to achieve their ends. They view others not as individuals with feelings and needs, but as resources to be exploited. Imagine a chess player moving the pieces across the board, disregarding the collateral damage, all in the pursuit of personal victory. The feelings or needs of the chess pieces are irrelevant. This is how a narcissist operates. They may charm, manipulate, or bully their way to get what they want, leaving a trail of damaged relationships in their wake. The key to understanding this behavior is to remember that narcissists lack empathy, a trait we'll explore in the next scene. This exploitative behavior can cause significant harm to those around them. It's a clear sign of narcissism and a red flag to watch out for. The sixth symptom is a lack of empathy. Narcissists often find it challenging to understand or share the feelings of others. This isn't a simple case of insensitivity, it's a profound inability to step into someone else's shoes, to feel their joy or their pain. It's as if they are emotionally colorblind, unable to see the full spectrum of human emotions. This deficiency can make them appear cold, detached, even cruel at times. They may dismiss others' feelings as irrelevant or overblown. They may even use these emotions against the person, manipulating them for their own benefit. Yet, this lack of empathy isn't always obvious. Some narcissists have learned to mimic empathetic behaviors, to blend in, to charm, but it's just a performance, an act. The genuine heartfelt connection isn't there. And this is the tragedy of narcissism. This lack of empathy often makes it difficult for them to form meaningful relationships that are deep, fulfilling, and authentically human. The seventh symptom is envy and arrogance. A narcissist's world often revolves around comparison, a constant measure of self against others. They are frequently found harboring envy for those they perceive as superior, whether it's due to their success, possessions, or attractiveness. This envy, however, is a two-sided coin. Narcissists also believe others are envious of them, a reflection of their inflated self-perception. Arrogance is another key trait. Narcissists often display a haughty attitude, considering themselves superior to others. They may dismiss others' accomplishments, belittle their abilities, or simply treat them with condescension. It's an outward manifestation of their inflated self-image and an effort to assert dominance. But here's the irony. This combination of envy and arrogance, rather than elevating them, often isolates narcissists. It builds walls, pushing people away rather than drawing them in. It's a self-defeating cycle, one that perpetuates their loneliness. This envy and arrogance often isolate them from others. The eighth symptom is a disregard for others' feelings. A narcissist can be likened to a play actor, always in the spotlight with everyone else, merely as supporting characters. Their world revolves around them, and they often fail to recognize that others also have feelings, desires, and needs. They can be insensitive, dismissive, and even downright rude. Imagine being in a conversation where your emotions are invalidated, your experiences belittled, and your opinions brushed off as irrelevant. This is the reality for those who interact with a narcissist. They may not even realize that they're hurting others, so engrossed are they in their own world. But it's not always about malice. Sometimes it's simply about a lack of understanding. The narcissist may not comprehend that other people's feelings are as real and as important as their own. This lack of emotional intelligence and empathy can be a major red flag. This disregard for others' feelings often leads to broken relationships. The ninth symptom is difficulty with healthy relationships. Narcissists have a tendency to struggle in maintaining balanced, fruitful relationships. They are often the star of their own world, with little room for anyone else, leading to imbalanced interactions that are more about serving their needs than mutual growth and support. Their self-centered behavior can be exhausting for the people around them. They may demand constant attention, have unrealistic expectations, or fail to acknowledge the feelings and needs of others. This often leads to conflict and strain in relationships with friends, family, and romantic partners alike. Moreover, narcissists can be manipulative, using others as tools to satisfy their own desires rather than seeing them as individuals with their own feelings and rights. This kind of behavior can make it difficult for them to form deep, meaningful connections. This difficulty with healthy relationships often leaves them feeling lonely and isolated. Despite their outward facade of confidence and grandiosity, they may end up alone, longing for the genuine human connection that their behavior pushes away. The 10th and final symptom is an obsession with power and success. It's the driving force behind a narcissist's actions, the fuel that keeps their grandiose fire burning. A narcissist's world revolves around the relentless pursuit of power and success, often at the expense of others. Their relentless ambition isn't necessarily a desire for accomplishment, but rather a need to prove their superiority and dominance. They're not interested in the journey, but the destination, the end result that places them on a pedestal. Their success is often defined by the amount of power they wield and the influence they hold over others. They use this power not to bring about positive change, but to control, manipulate, and maintain their inflated self-perception. This obsession, however, is not without cost. It often leads to a life filled with conflict, as they disregard the feelings and needs of others in their pursuit of power. Ultimately, it also breeds dissatisfaction, as their hunger for power and success is insatiable. This obsession often leads to a life filled with conflict and dissatisfaction. So to summarize, the 10 symptoms of narcissistic behavior are as follows. First, grandiosity and exaggeration, where the individual portrays themselves as larger than life. Second comes the fantasy world, a place filled with unlimited success and power that only they inhabit. Third, the need for constant praise, which fuels their sense of self-worth. Fourth, a sense of entitlement, expecting special treatment without any reason. Fifth, their exploitative behavior, using others for their own gain. Sixth, a lack of empathy, displaying a disinterest in others' feelings. Seventh, envy and arrogance, always wanting more and boasting about their accomplishments. Eighth, disregard for others' feelings, showing little to no concern for others. Ninth, difficulty with healthy relationships, often due to their self-centered nature. And 10th, obsession with power and success, constantly striving for the top spot. Recognizing these symptoms can help you identify a narcissist and navigate your relationship with them more effectively. In this scene, we are going to discuss how to effectively navigate relationships with narcissists. Knowing the symptoms is the first step, but understanding how to deal with such individuals is equally important. If you find yourself interacting with a narcissist, remember to set clear boundaries and maintain your self-esteem. Avoid getting drawn into their fantasy world and don't let their disregard for your feelings affect your self-worth. It is also crucial to remember that narcissists can be manipulative, so be cautious of their exploitative behavior. If the relationship becomes too toxic, it may be best to distance yourself for your own well-being. Remember, your mental health always comes first. Closing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Stay tuned for more videos on understanding different personality types and how to maintain healthy relationships with them.